Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. And I'm going to start this show out in the beautiful city of Taylor. I'm heading westbound on Wick Road. And I'm going to turn in here to Mr. Fresh. I need to get some milk. This was a Monday afternoon, and Walmart was all out of milk, but Mr. Fresh had it. I needed some milk for my cereal. God, they've been here since 1965. Nice little triangular storefront here. You got to swing around the backside and you'll get personal service. And I ended up getting some white milk for my cereal. And then I said, what the heck, I'm going to treat myself to some chocolat milk. Yeah, so Prairie Farms, and they have dedicated farmers and happy cows. That's important to me. And then here's my cereal milk. I'm waiting for Aldi to open up. This is just at Van Born, just west of Telegraph. And I think I was told when they closed and did a total remodel from top to bottom, tore it down and built it back up, they said it'd be ready for Thanksgiving. So I'll give them another month or two. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Aldi's my go-to store. I think this was the original store in the whole wide world. I could be wrong. But they have some landscaping stuff out here. And then they have a water retention pond, which places are supposed to do, so that you see here, so it doesn't help to flood the Ecorse Creek when we have a heavy rain, so that's good. We got some nice trees down yonder. DET.com is the website. Yeah, I like these. I think they're maple trees that turn those bright red. All right, well, just down the road from Aldi is the John F. Kennedy Library, and I've used it many a times, but I do know of this. They have a battery recycling thing, so there you go. Instead of ending up in the landfill, that's the way you're supposed to properly dispose of them. This place, just for $1,000 down, that seems relatively cheap. That was a restaurant back in the day, Lenny's, and they had home-style cooking, but it's been abandoned for quite some time now. This is where you could order. They had the menus. You could just pull up your car and order from there. That's old-school stuff. But this is on Beach Daily, just north of Van Born. And yeah, I'm just going through some local things here. I like to get the Metro Times at the station, but they were closed when I got there. So, all right. Well, I've been giving updates here on the Regency, and I was just on vacation for a couple of weeks, and I just got back on the 22nd of October, and I was afraid they were going to already be tearing into this building here. There's a monster crane that's getting put together to do a little demo job here at the Regent Court. And I was afraid I'd be on vacation and it'd be torn down already, but no, it's still up there. This is the monster crane. This is supposed to be the largest crane of its kind in North America, and it has a few extensions that you keep adding on, but yeah, they moved all the F-150 Lightnings out of here, and they're ready for demo. They could do it, but this monster's been here for several months. I've been patiently waiting. About every Monday, I come by and do a drive-by to see what the progress is, and I've seen this thing in operation once with the crane operator running it through its paces. But maybe they're waiting on some parts, or there's some repair that still needs to be made, or they're having cold feet on tearing down the building. Not quite sure what's going on. It's got the big Jaws claw kind of thing. It's the Genesis XT model. Extra. I think that's XT Extra. But yeah, this would grab onto those steel girders and just yank them on down. I want to see how this thing operates. I think it's going to be pretty impressive. Yeah, danger, you got to keep 75 feet away, so take note of that. Yeah, just a little kid at heart. Simple mind, simple pleasure kind of thing. But yeah, I want to see this thing kind of turn around and start doing some work. You know, it's like a dinosaur kind of thing. And just that was where the Ford logo was. This was a Ford building back in the day. And I think it was 1996 when that building was put up, so it's really not that old. There's only one of these Park Lane Towers right now. I don't know where the other one went. But yeah, they're called affectionately in the hood as the Salt and Pepper Shakers. Or some people prefer washer dryer. This building, the Hyatt Regency, might have to get torn down. Who knows? It's a gorgeous building. Yet they can't find a developer to make the necessary repairs and get that back up and running. So that's Urban Planning 101 for Dearborn. Along with this building, the Glass House. Yeah, during the COVID years, there was nary a soul through this place. Maybe the janitor. Look at what happened, though. Those ghetto palms, they're growing out there on the top. You see it? Yeah, if you don't monitor that stuff, those things will grow incessantly and it'll do damage to the roof. All right, well, the other Park Lane Tower is there. I was a little nervous there for a spell, but I think it was like parallax or something they call that. All right, there's a trail that goes through here. Then great lighting. This is Ford Road and Southfield. And this is like Midtown Dearborn. Yeah, I'll show you here looking at the map. There's Fairlane Town Center, and Southfield is M39, and Ford Road is 153. So Park Lane Towers, they only got one of them marked over there, but yeah, this whole area, and we can do some development. Urban planning, for sure, it's important. Very, very important. It affects everyone. If we do it right from the get-go, it will reap benefits for years and years. Right now, this parking lot is just a place for these birds to kind of run around. But yeah, there's a lot of acreage here and set up for parking. So it's supposed to be a mixed-use development. It was an entrepreneur from Dearborn Heights, and he wants to get more housing in Dearborn, kind of have a higher density type thing. And I'm not exactly sure how all the plans go, what he has in mind for the total project, but I will try to keep up on it, and if nothing else, I'll go to the Dearborn City Council and see if I can't get some info that way. But anyways, the fall colors are just primo. It's kind of like the middle of October to Halloween. Seems like the sweet spot for the metro area. Sometimes it might move up a little bit here or there, but basically middle of October you can count on good colors. Now, I just happen to be in the area here, and lo and behold, this was on a Tuesday, October 24th, and they're doing some demo work here. This is on Greenfield. Look at that nice colors there, that tree. Yeah, some demo work right here. And then there's an empty lot next door, but oh, there's a heavy artillery here, the Volvo model. But yeah, tearing down the back of this thing. So we can listen in here a little bit and watch this guy in action. Hopefully you have some time to kill. I just happen to be in the neighborhood. I got lunch and something to wet the whistle. But when I came out, I saw this and said, yeah, I got nothing better to do. I'm going to watch this guy do his thing, do his job. And so this building is coming on down. So let's listen in here. Oh yeah, and you got to be concerned it kicks up a little dust and whatnot. So the operator there, I don't think was too crazy about the dust action, but probably survey the damage here or take a look-see. Yeah, little dust action. I'd love to operate one of those things, get a quick lesson, and just have at it and just see what I could do. Because this really does harken back to my younger days in the sandbox behind the garage, back on Edgewood Street. Oh yeah, I lived behind there, just building things up and then just tearing them down. I was good. I could move dirt from point A to point B. I got pretty good at that. All right, on Greenfield, you got some heavy-duty power lines here. I'm in the median. We have the Greenfield Manor that hosts banquets and the like. 3 Nicks, a watering hole, but also very decent food and affordable. And then this building, from the front, you think nothing's up, but yeah, they're tearing it from the back to the front. And you got a little bucket and a little Jaws action. And there's a big steel beam that came down. And they're going to salvage that. So they're going to hook it up with a chain. And then they're going to swing around. Really looks like this isn't their first rodeo. It's like they've done this before. So they kind of have a game plan. This gentleman will be ever so careful, but help to steer this I-beam around, and they're going to swing it and save this for later. Whether they could reuse the whole beam as such, or they're just going to recycle it. But alrighty then, they kind of tucking it away there on the side, and they'll get back to that a little bit later. But yeah, and I asked the place next door, the florist garden shop, if they knew what was going up. Apparently, the owner of the garden shop is part owner with someone else on the land, and maybe they haven't determined exactly what's gonna go up in its place. But this is urban planning too, but on a smaller scale. But urban planning can take place anywhere there's like dirt underground. Like if you're walking and there's dirt underneath that, yeah, urban planning can take place. It's getting even to the point where urban planning can take place where the water is too. I like this. He's doing some damage there. Now he's got to take care of the steel post. Let's see if he can do it ever so gently. Yeah, I think he plans on saving that. But yeah, this looks like fun. It really does. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything else, nothing pressing this afternoon, so it was like I had time to watch this in action. It's like a monster machine comes to life. But, yeah. A truck here where you can load up the materials, and I'll be loading up mainly the bricks. Yeah, I'm at this part of, oh, and look at this tree. It's got them little squiggly kind of seedling things that come down. It's kind of neat. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but. And then the gas lines, hopefully, and I think they did, they unhooked the gas from the building. That's proper protocol, so you don't have a big kaboom later on. But yeah, but they'll save that stuff too. But yeah, I think they may salvage some of the bricks, possibly. I'm not sure. Yeah, the gas meter was taken out prior. But, and then looking through the front door, now you can see the back side of the building. And they're getting close. And I didn't stay till it was totally done, but I drove by there the Sunday after, and it was all gone. I like the brickwork here at the Dearborn Hair House. This is on the corner. Then there's Dearborn Hand Wash and Detail. It was a beautiful day here on Tuesday. Unseasonably warm. Come in my pretties. Yeah. That's kind of scary. But yeah, keeping with the Halloween theme. But this is the flower and garden shop. So if you need supplies and so forth. Oh, maybe they allow rainbow people. I'm not sure how that works. I like these old school advertising things. It's kind of neat. Roses $29.99. I presume that's for a dozen. Yeah, I'm not sure. All that stuff might just go to a landfill somewhere. There'll be people needing the rakes for the leaves here. Then you got other land or soil, rocks, whatever. You can get here by mass transit too. They have bus action. But yeah, That was all torn down. This was what, 4862 Greenfield? And so, yeah, it's good to see that there's all sorts of urban planning that goes small scale and large scale and whatnot, but it all makes a difference. So it'll be interesting to see what the plans are here. I'll be able to keep an eye on things. Yeah, it was so warm, the ice cream trucks were making their rounds on this day. But that might come to an end shortly here. I'm doing this voiceover on October 30th. Yeah, this is Devil's Night. I would say normally Angels Night, but no, it's a Devil's Night because the Lions are going to host the Las Vegas Raiders. And that should be a scary scene. Plan on checking that out. Detroit will be off the hook for Monday Night Football. Hope all things turn out well with that. I got my fingers crossed. Here's a vacant parcel of land here, all green space, and then they're going to just about double it in size by tearing down that building. And then Three Nicks, this is a chain. There's actually 3 different bars. One's on Van Born, and they have another one on Eureka in Southgate. So I think this was the original one, if I'm not mistaken. And did I mention they have good food at reasonable prices? That's important. You can have good food, but if it's too expensive, kind of leaves a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. But if you get it at a good price, then it's all good. Especially me, where like every dollar kind of counts, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel that same way. You want good bang for your buck. All right, at Michigan and Greenfield, they have decent gas prices there. But I wanted to check out the status of a park here in what they call this kind of like South Dearborn. The women have to enter around the backside, though. That doesn't seem right. Now in this era of where everybody should be equal, should be like all men and women are created equal kind of thing. Here we got red, white, and blue. Yeah, they call this South Dearborn, but it's like Southeast Dearborn kind of thing. But here's the grassy area here, and this is where they're going to put the park, just south of Dick's. I got it circled there. If I can get, not far from the Rouge plant. The Rouge plant is just a stone's throw away. And this part of Dearborn, there's a lot of Yemenis people, and then I guess a lot of people from Lebanon, but it's like the second highest concentration of Arabic people in the U.S. I guess L.A. has more people total, but as far as a concentration, this is where it is. So this parcel of property is available. See here with the clock? Well, okay, Dearborn South End. That's officially not South Dearborn. Dearborn South End. So Roman Village put up this clock, and their timing's off a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the batteries are just starting to go bad, or they got to replace the gerbils in there. I'm not sure how it runs. Different clocks have different mechanisms to make them operate. Here they have the pyramids. That's kind of neat. And camels. Arabian Village. So they have it like in Arabic and English subtitles maybe. But this is Italian for sure. And I'll vouch for them. It's been a while, but people know of this place, Roman Village. Banquets, cocktails, carryout, and it's a world famous pizza, so what's not to like? and it's authentic Italian as opposed to the fake stuff that is out there, right? At your local party store. But yeah, here's that the mosque. I like they have that sliver of a moon. I'm a Moonie myself, so I always follow that. We just had a full moon on the 28th, Saturday the 28th. And then here they accept bridge card. And here's some of the businesses. Supermarket. But yeah, they're going to have one of the Peace Parks is going to be here. The first one they're going to work on. Look at all this land. This is a nice area. The first one is in the Midtown area. And then the second one, and they have a third one by City Hall. All right, now I went to Southwest Detroit. And I want to head down and get a Gordie Howe Bridge update. Well, check this out. En route to check out the bridge, I saw some heavy artillery here tearing down a building, and I'm in the Mexican town area. And when I came by here in May for the Cinco de Mayo parade, I parked over here at this site and said, damn, they should do something here. This abandoned building is sitting here on a prime time piece of property, and it's a huge lot. They could make a go of something here. And so I was happy to see that, the first step in the process of making something fruitful come out of this scenario is you got to either tear down the old one or start renovation. And they decided they're going to tear this down, which is fine by me. It's hard to retrofit an old factory kind of thing, but so yeah, it looks like they just got started with this thing here. And again, I don't know what the future plans are. I'd have to check with the city possibly, or the Mexican town neighborhoods. There's always like Chamber of Commerce type people that know what's going on, but they got the spray thing to keep the dust down. So they're doing all this, and so this was good news. They hooked up to the fire hydrant. Homrich is doing the demo. They are big players in the demo business for sure. And they've had a few rodeos. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this building was back in the day, but their receiving area was here for their truck docks, truck bays. But I would presume it's been abandoned for a while. But way off yonder, you can see one of the towers with the fans going out. Here's the other tower. That one's in Windsor. So I'm going to get closer there. No rhyme or reason for this show. I'm just all over the place. More heavy artillery in action here, and I'm getting close to the river. In fact, I'm down by the river. Here's a boat that they're unloading. Here's a crane operator here, and it looked like he just took one of these ocean-going freight containers off. There's the river. Windsor way beyond that. But yeah, they're unloading this freighter. Looks like they're going to lower this down and hook up another container. So we're not a totally busy port system in Detroit. It seems like we could handle a little more freight, but we shall see. The Ambassador Bridge down yonder, a lot of trucks. Yeah, I like watching these guys. I know there might be, there's kind of like a niche market for everything, but I think probably I overdo it sometimes, and people could handle like 10 or 15 seconds, and they would say, I got it. I don't need to see anymore, but I'm the type that can never get enough, so you'll have to bear with me. That looks like an escape boat. Like if you had issues with the boat going down or something, like the SOS thing, you would hop on that boat, and it looks like it's angled to plop right down into the water. But yeah, now on the site where the Gordie Howe Bridge in Delray Park is a great viewing area. It's a public access boat launch, plus they allow fishermen and fisherwomen to do their fishing thing. But yeah, here we go for the bridge update.
There is no shortage of sports on TV tonight. Pure Country 89, not only are all 32 NHL teams in action today, it's also the kickoff to the NBA season. You can check out the full schedule on TSN. And it's Game 7.
And this is an interesting construction. They started on like both ends, on the Canadian side and the U.S. side, and they're going to try to line things up right where they can meet in the middle. And I hope they got it all figured out, or they can make their adjustments as they go, because if they're off a little bit, it's not really going to work, if you kind of know what I mean. If things aren't lined up properly. So there's got to be coordination. You kind of got to work as a team. The Canadians and Americans got to communicate well with each other to know what the other one's doing. Here's a barge going upstream. It looks like it's getting pushed by a tugboat. And there's the GM World headquarters at the Renaissance Center. And you can see the volume of trucks. I wonder how many trucks every day. They need to get more trucks like in Gaza to bring humanitarian supplies so people don't run out of food and water, kind of thing. But anyways, here's the they're reaching out towards each other. It's like really the big cantilever action. There's and then the next section, it looks like they bring it up from the bottom of the bridge, and then they'll bring it up and plop it up for the next section, and the crane will help put it in place, and then that would be the next section, and then there's another section here. So yeah, it's interesting. I need to talk to somebody that knows how the bridge is constructed and get like someone intelligent about this to do it, because I'm just winging it. But it's a cable stay bridge, so it's a neat construction, and it should be like the largest of its kind in North America when it's done. But anyways, it's going to look great. We got some boat action on the river, some pleasure craft. We'll check them in action. But yeah, the weather was just phenomenal this week. And I was just getting acclimated back to the Detroit metro area, because I went on a trip to Central Europe. And so look forward to some video in the near future on Budapest, Vienna, and Prague, and Amsterdam too. I liked Amsterdam. You can see the fisher people out there, and the walleye were running. I guess they run in the spring and the fall. So right now they're doing their thing, and there's a lot of people out there doing the fisher thing. Well, there's someone up on the bridge that's moving something down the line. I would, and there's some people down there, just with that like big overhang. I mean, it's a mental thing, but you got to tell yourself, yeah, it's going to hold me up. But nonetheless, it's not for everyone. A lot of people would get that little kind of empty feeling in their stomach or that little chill up their spine. Here on the ground level, here the approaches to the bridge, they're really making good progress here too. I think everything's on schedule, and the bridge should open in late 2024, maybe early 2025. That was the Bridge to Nowhere, the second span that Matty Maroon did. But I ended up at the Green Dot Stables. They have good food there, good little sliders. And it's a nice little kind of fun place with a horsey theme to it. DET.com is the website. There's the Book Tower. Here we got a couple Coney Island places that compete against each other. Grand Trunk Railroad. It used to be a ticket office for the railroad, but now it's a bar restaurant. But Spirit of Detroit, yeah, I'm just bouncing all over the place. Here is the countdown to the NFL draft. It'd be nice if we had sports teams that made the playoffs and we get some playoff games. But hopefully this year or early next year, the Lions will make the playoffs and host a playoff game. You can only keep your fingers crossed. That 2023. Easy for me to say. But, yeah, that's a new mural. So that's kind of neat. Detroit has some good mural action. The Godfrey, I guess, just opened a hotel. Kind of, maybe, I don't know if they advertise it as a boutique hotel. Bobcat Bonnie's. And this is the area where the old Tiger Stadium was. Now, Michigan Central Station, Ford Motor has to be commended on this, because that building's coming along quite nicely. We just need to get the holiday train to make a stop there in December, because people are into the holidays and Santa Claus and all that happy stuff. So we're going to work on that. That's on the bucket list. So I'm taking Michigan Avenue back home. Telway Hamburgers, that's a local landmark. Moon action. It's on its way to a full moon, but the moon just rose there. It's hard to until the sun sets. There's the Giant Tire, and I always exit at 202, which is Telegraph Road. So when I see these football-inspired bridges, I know this is where I get off. Yes, the Steve Miller Band. Boy, that was big when that album was big when I was in high school. Wow. I'm getting to be like super duper old. People will start calling me old man. All right, well, that was the, I think that was the end of the tape. Yeah. I'm going to have to switch tapes. All right. So just hang in a second. Go grab another beer if you're so inclined, because that might help. But I just got a few minutes left, and this was from a family function at the Junction. And we're going to start with some music here at Apple Charlie's Apple Orchards. Yeah, put a ducket in the bucket. Because, yeah, these guys are good. Apple Charlie's. So, yeah, that's south of the airport off of 275. Way off yonder, you see a scarecrow. Those things scare me, so it's good that it's that far away. Here you got pumpkins. You can even stack them if you want. And then a hot dog. And then, well, they got a cider mill press, but there was a line. And so through the window, we got a little bit there. America's favorite family farm. But yeah, just squeezing those juicy apples and getting you that nice apple cider. Plus, they got those freshly baked donuts.
Oh, definitely a donut.
Oh, there's the cider. A donut, yeah. My sister, Anne-Marie, bought a few, and so I grabbed the one that was cinnamon. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's all me. They have tractors out here. Oh, and then later on, well, the next go around is I got to get, we went, while we were in the area, we went to the Calder Dairy Farm that they have. It's south of Carlton. So it was maybe 10 miles away or something from Apple Charlie's. But all cow kids must be supervised at all times. Yeah, they got some rules here. Please do not feed fingers to the animals. Yikes. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So they got those pheasants. They got pigs. I know those are pigs. We have a lot of pheasants in the Detroit area. And then there was a lot of birds flying through here, too. And then my parents played along. There's my mom and dad. They're acting like they're farmers here. And here's where I turn in my thing. It's a $2 deposit on that. But I got another thing. I got my chocolate milk. I love it. They got ice cream, the pumpkin ice cream. And then they have goat feed, $2.50. So we had to feed the animals. They got eggnog. Okay, my mom's gonna do this, and the goats know about this. So when she started cranking it up, it's gonna bring the feed up this little thing here, whatever you want to call it.
They're waiting.
The goats are waiting, and the feed will fall down, and they're gonna have a picnic. So my mom's making them wait. They're getting anxious,
Can you work
slowly
out?
but
Okay, you're near
surely.
the top.
Get yourself set up.
Okay, a little bit more.
There, he got a mouthful, that goat did. But yeah, feeding time. So that was all fun. And then you could do this here. My mom, careful not to feed any fingers. Oh yeah, they're hungry too. Apparently they haven't eaten in a while. But yeah, we just felt like kids on the farm. And it was a neat experience, but be aware you'll smell it too. That's what happens with the farm. Then there were a bunch of ducks and geese and whatnot, other animals here that you could feed along with the fish. But yes, it was exciting. Very exciting. But yeah, this was a nice Saturday afternoon. The weather got a little cooler, but we had partly sunny, partly
They see
cloudy,
you with the
whatever.
bag.
And so we were okay with all that. They got a waterfall thing. And then, yeah, watch your fingers. But the horses like apples, so we had just bought a bag of apples and stuff, and you would think, well, you know, save the apples for apple pie and the like. But, you know, horses like apples, so why not? So keep them happy too. There was a mule and then a little one there. Wasn't maybe quite sure. It was a little tentative, but yeah. Gonna take a little bite there. All right. So they were loving us. So yeah, this is south of the airport. Apple Charlie's is there, not far from those Huron parks. And then there's the city of Carlton, and Calder's was just a little bit south of there yet. Kind of give you the lay of the land. They had cows out here too. Yeah, the country store. Then people had their Halloween decorations up. And my brother-in-law checked online. I guess Home Depot sells these monster skeletons, but they're like $299 or whatnot. There were a couple skeletons having a picnic there on the front lawn. Here's a Bob Seger fan. And then my sister does these marzipan things, Anne Marie. So that was pumpkins. All right, well, that does it. And we'll press stop. And yeah, it's a short show this week, but maybe back next week. We'll be back in full swing. I'm going to have video for sure, almost like 100% positive, of lion tailgating action. That should be off the hook. So tune in next week if you get a chance. But folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. And good night.